Ken Whiting with PaddleTV on my continued mission to help people get outdoors and have the best experience possible while being out there. And that's why I do all the gear reviews that I do and offer the paddling tips that I do. And that's also why I am very excited to be able to give these awards to the best inflatable and folding kayaks from this year, acknowledging these boats for the impact they have on people's paddling experience. Now, before I dive right into the awards, let me preface it by telling you that the awards I'm giving are based on the kayaks that I've actually tested this year. I can't give awards to a boat that I see online or that I see on a store shelf, because how can I honestly give something an award that I haven't truly tested? So there are other award-worthy boats out there. It doesn't mean that the boats I'm about to mention don't deserve special acknowledgement for being awesome. And so let's dive right into it. The first award goes to the Sea Eagle 385 Fast Track. The Sea Eagle 385 Fast Track is getting an award for being one of the best all-around inflatable kayaks or portable kayaks. So let me tell you a bit more about the 385. The Sea Eagle 385 Fast Track sells for between $999 and $1,449 US, depending on the package. It's 12 feet 6 inches long. It's 36 inches wide. It weighs 35 pounds or 16 kilos. And it has a max capacity of 635 pounds or 288 kilos. Primary use is rivers, lakes, and oceans. So why is the 385 getting a PaddleTV award? Well, first and foremost, it's an extremely versatile kayak. This is a kayak it's a good kayak for calm and protected flat water, but it also can very confidently handle rougher water, rivers up to class 2 whitewater, and open water, oceans, lakes with decent sized waves and wind chop as well. Now, one of the key features the 385 has that makes it a good performing boat is a bow keel, an inflatable bow keel. It's actually a drop stitch inflatable bow keel, even with a hard shell piece at the front that provides this nice V bow that cuts through the water a lot more like a hard shell kayak does. Unlike most inflatable kayaks that are flat on the bottom and flat in the bow, and they don't cut through the water very nicely. That means this boat tracks better. It cuts through the water better. It also has a removable skeg in the stern to further help its tracking. The other reason it gets an award is value. This boat really is a great value, with packages ranging from $1,000 to around $1,400 US, and you get a very versatile kayak, well-made kayak with a drop stitch floor and almost everything you need to paddle. It comes with a paddle, seat, the carrying bag, the repair kit, the pump. The only thing it doesn't come with is a life jacket. So who's this kayak for? The 385 is for someone who wants a kayak that can handle a wide variety of conditions and that doesn't need to excel in one particular area. It's for people who want a kayak that can be paddled solo or tandem just as effectively. It's for both lighter and heavier paddlers. With its weight capacity, anyone can paddle this boat. And lastly, it's for someone who values stability a bit more than speed. The next award goes to Tuk Tech. The Tuk Tech is getting a PaddleTV award for offering incredible value and being a great entry-level or gateway kayak. Here's what I can tell you about the Tuk Tech. The Tuk Tech has a retail price of $500, although it regularly sells for $375. It's 10 feet long, it's 30 inches wide, it weighs 28 pounds or 13 kilos. It has a capacity of 300 pounds or 136 kilos. And its primary use is for protected water. Now, why is the Tuk Tech getting a PaddleTV award? Well, like I said already, for incredible value. And why that's important is what I often find and I'm concerned about is that affordable kayaks, gateway kayaks, they can sometimes not offer a very good paddling experience at all. And if that's people's first taste of kayaking, they're not having a very good experience, it's uncomfortable, it's unstable, it's just not that fun, then they're not gonna stick with it. That's not good for anyone, in particular for them. They're gonna miss out on the world of paddling. And so a good gateway boat is critical. And that's what TugTech has done. This boat sells for regularly, almost always, $375 US. That's pretty inexpensive for trying a sport. It is extremely durable, it's easy to assemble, and it paddles reasonably well too. It also comes with a 3-year warranty, which is really impressive these days. You know, the one downside for some people might be it's not quite as slick looking as a lot of other kayaks out there, but it's pretty cool. So who is the TugTech for? Well, the TugTech is for people who want an affordable, portable kayak for fairly short paddling adventures, maybe an hour or a couple of hours at most. It's a great option for people who are trying kayaking for the first time and want an affordable way to try kayaking. Now, something to note is that this kayak has a max capacity of 300 pounds, but I wouldn't recommend it for heavier paddlers. My impression after paddling it was that 220 pounds is probably the limit before you start losing some real performance and stability from it. Next up is the Kayaks Bluefin 142 portable kayak and bongo. So the Kayaks Bluefin 142 is getting an award for exceptional performance for a portable kayak. Let me tell you a bit more about it. The Bluefin 142 retails for $19.95 US. It's 14 feet 2 inches long. It's 24 inches wide. It has a weight of 59 pounds or 27 kilos, and it has a capacity of 300 pounds or 136 kilos. Its primary use is touring. So why am I giving the Kayaks Bluefin 142 a PaddleTV award? Well, very simply, it's one of the few kayaks that performs as well as a full hardshell kayak. And that's because it is a hardshell kayak that just does this really cool transforming thing. You do pay a little premium for its portable nature. No big surprise, that's the case with all portable kayaks. And you do sacrifice a little bit of comfort and performance for its portable nature, but it truly is a performance-driven paddling machine. So who is the Kayaks Bluefin 142 for? Well, very simply, it's for someone who wants a high-performing kayak that's also portable in nature. There aren't that many options for that. On top of that, it's for someone who is willing to give up a little bit of stability for performance, for a kayak that's going to travel faster, be a bit more fun to paddle. That being said, this kayak is stable enough for a beginner paddler, but it also performs well enough for an expert paddler. The next winner of a PaddleTV award is, whoa, the Aline Switch and SUP and kayak hybrid. Whew. So why am I giving the Aline Switch a PaddleTV award? Well, very simply, it's one of the most versatile paddle crafts around. And it just is one of those boats that puts a smile on your face. So here's a little bit more about the Aline Switch. The Aline Switch has a retail price of $995 US. It's 11 feet 6 inches long. It's 35 inches wide. It weighs only 19 pounds or 8.5 kilos. It has a capacity of 425 pounds or 193 kilos. And its primary use is rivers, lakes, or oceans. Now, the Aline Switch is getting this award not for its performance, but truly for its versatility. I took this craft with my family on a river run, and I wasn't expecting to have the experience that I had. It was truly a wonderful and unexpectedly wonderful experience. Why? Because we could use the craft as a stand-up paddleboard or as a kayak. We could use it as a single, a tandem, even 3 of us on it at once. can totally change the configuration, switch things up, and have a seat facing forward, a seat facing back, so we're talking to each other, a seat up front, someone standing in the back, someone sitting in the front, someone's sitting in the back, someone standing up front. You can just switch it around nonstop, and that's the joy of the Switch. So who is the Switch for? Well, it's for people, well, for one thing, it's a great family watercraft, but it's not just for families. It's for anybody who likes the idea of having a craft that isn't just a stand-up paddleboard or just a kayak that can be used interchangeably, that can be switched up so much. On top of that, it's for someone who really values having a lightweight craft. At under 20 pounds, it's a dream to move around. And lastly, it's for someone who's willing to pay a premium, a little premium, for something that's well-made, well thought out, comfortable, and versatile. And for someone who likes to switch it up. Now, those are the awards for inflatable and folding kayaks that I'm giving, but before I go, I have to give these two kayaks honorable mentions because they are also great portable kayaks. We've got the Aquaglide Shellin 120, and we've got the Decathlon Inuit 2 or 3 person kayak here. Now, the Aquaglide Shellin 120 is a really light and fun to paddle inflatable kayak. It's definitely a kayak worth considering if you're looking for a single kayak that's easy to get around and is fun to paddle. Now, the Decathlon Inuit 2 or 3 person kayak is a great entry-level kayak. It regularly sells for under $300 US, and it's good for 1, 2, or 3 people to paddle at once. So if you're interested in kayaks of that nature, these should definitely be kayaks that you do some research into. In fact, all of these kayaks you can do more research into. Here on PaddleTV, I did full, in-depth, unbiased reviews of all of these kayaks. I'm gonna leave links to all of those in the description box down below. And that's all I gotta say. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and stay tuned. I'll be giving away some more awards very soon.